Hello, hello! Let's get Watson. He's sitting in the sunshine. Hi, baby. So I wanted to start a reading vlog today because I'm really excited about a particular book that I picked up. Yesterday was my birthday and I was really excited to go to a bookstore kind of near me. I'd never been before. It's a pretty famous bookstore. It's called the Bodice. So I wanted to dedicate my week to reading this book. I did get 3 books yesterday because it was my birthday and I felt like it. I was really excited. I'd never been to this bookstore before. The one that I'm really excited to read and I'll be reading this week is The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. I believe this is a duet. I don't know too much about this book. I know it's a fantasy romance and I've really been wanting to find a fantasy romance series. I think this is a duology again, but that counts as a series to me that I can get really into and fall in love with because I love Sarah J. Maas. She's the joy of my life and I want more of that energy in my life. Don't fully know what it's about without having read the synopsis on the back or knowing too much. I've heard a couple people online talk about it. I think it's like there's like a trial situation going on. There's some sort of vampire situation involved, human or vampire. There's rules of survival. Is it an enemies to lovers? I don't know. Guard your heart. She's the adopted human daughter of a vampire king. I just read that on the back and I don't want to read anymore. But there's gonna be some romance and it's fantasy and vampires and fighting situations. Trials? I don't know. On to the next 2 books. I just want to show them to you. I won't be reading them this week, but I just really wanted to show them to you. Again, I'd never really heard of either of these before, but I'd never been to the bookstore. I'm planning on going there a lot more in the future. I just think it's fun and exciting. Everyone was so nice and welcoming. I can't even handle it. So I asked, there were 3 people working, I asked all of them what their favorite books were of the moment. They all gave me an answer. One of them, the book that she recommended was a Penelope Douglas book, but they were sold out, so I did not get it, but I got the other 2 recommendations. So Forget Me Not by Julie Soto, which, I mean, look at this cover. I love the guy. Look at his tattoos. Are you seeing them? There's a blurb by Ali Hazelwood on the top saying Julie Soto is my favorite writer, period. I'll read anything she writes and love every second of it. Sounds cool. I've never read an Ali Hazelwood, but I know she's really popular. From what I recall the bookseller saying about it, they used to date. The guy owns a flower shop. The girl is a wedding planner. I think he's like super grumpy. He truly hates everyone but this female, and that's why she loved it so much. I'm into it. Anytime a guy hates everyone but the girl, here for it. Sorry, not sorry. I think a lot of people are here for that. Right, Watson? Right. Okay. And then we have a historical romance. I have not read too much historical romance in my life. I'm looking in my bookshelves. I think the only historical romances that I've read are by Tessa Dare. I read 2 of them. I read A Scot Ties the Knot and Do You Want to Start a Scandal? Do You Want to Start a Scandal? And A Scot Ties the Knot. Those are literally the only 2 that I've ever read, so I have no opinion of it. So the bookseller recommended this because it's her favorite, and I thought, okay, I'll give it a go and I'll see if I like it. Serving the wealthy power brokers of New York society, and he has all the respectability and security his own upbringing lacked. There's no issue he can't fix except for one, the reckless and beautiful daughter of an important client who doesn't seem to understand the word danger. So he's like a tough, silver-tongued lawyer, keeper of secrets, breaker of hearts. Did I even tell you what it was? No, it's The Rogue of Fifth Avenue by Joanna Shupe. Yeah, that's my little haul that I got yesterday at the Bodice bookstore. I'm really excited about it, but this week again I'm going to be reading The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent, and yeah, okay, we're gonna start. I haven't started it yet. Hey, good morning. So I did just wake up, pretty much. Well, I mean, I ate already because I always eat right when I wake up. But I basically just woke up and I'm in bed still and I have a cup of coffee. I don't drink coffee that much anymore, so it's always like iffy. On the days that I do drink it, it just gives me anxiety, but I want it right now, so we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Wanted to update you because I did make it to page 100 in the book last night. I keep forgetting the name of this book. It's The Serpent and the Wings of Night, okay? I'm really enjoying this book so far. It's reminding me of my beginning Sarah J. Maas days when I was like, I am super obsessed with Sarah J. Maas, but it just is, it's not Sarah J. Maas, but it's giving me the vibes, which is exactly what I wanted from this. Basically, we're following this girl named Oriah. I think she's technically like 24, 25, 23, I don't know. I think she's mid-20s. She could be early 20s, I'm not sure. That's not been specified, but she was the adopted daughter. She's a human. She's the adopted human daughter of the vampire king. Every 100 years there's this Hunger Games type battle. Not the Hunger Games, but it's reminding me of it. There's this quest or trial. There are these trials. Whoever wins, and I think 50 people started, but whoever wins gets granted like basically whatever they want by the vampire goddess. There's like this goddess. Oriah is the only human in this entirely comprised of vampire group of people competing to the death, essentially. They can kill each other, I believe, which has been my only plot hole, but like whatever, I'm suspending disbelief. Like, why haven't people could have easily killed her at this point, and I feel like absolutely nobody has tried. You know, and I know that they know that they can kill each other. Preferably not when it's not like in the battle moments, but like, and the battle moments aren't even against each other. They're like against, well, we've only had one so far. Just kidding, we've had like 2. Anyways, I'm getting off track. No one's tried to kill her yet, which is interesting. But there is this guy who is also in these trials. I forget his name, but he's clearly the love interest. I'm feeling excited about it. I think that they have a good dynamic thus far. They haven't been on page together too often yet. So again, 100 pages in and they've maybe talked like 3 times. But I'm really excited to continue and drink my coffee. I also wanted to show you something that I got last night. Because it's book related, it has absolutely nothing to do with romance books, or it has nothing to do with fantasy romance. But it was my birthday and I did celebrate with my family, which is super exciting. And they got me my grandparents got me a book about orcas. Isn't this so cool? It's Of Orcas and Men, What Killer Whales Can Teach Us by David Newart. Blurbed by Jane Goodall. I'm really excited about this, okay? Because I watched a documentary with killer whales and they upset me because they're so smart and I feel like they can be so mean to other animals, and it's just like, they're so mean. I want to understand them. I also want to understand how they're so freaking smart. They're just interesting to me. They're fascinating to me. And then my sister got me a card that says, "Have a killer birthday." And then she got me this, a children's book about a killer whale. Isn't that cute? It's so cute. Okay, it's been a day. I went to work, now I'm back. I got like 100 pages farther into this book, and I swear it's late and I know I'm tired and I need to go to bed. I'm doing my skincare. I'm really enjoying this freaking book. I'm really enjoying this book. And am I surprised? I don't know. I'm just really enjoying it. It's so captivating and engrossing, and I'm honestly not the type of person that likes to read like trial battle scenes, specifically like in a trial setting when like small battles or skirmishes happen. Not out of nowhere, but I guess like out of nowhere in like a fantasy novel, that's different. But when it's like they're in a trial setting, I don't have anything against it, I've just never really been into it. And I'm really into it in this book, which I think is really cool, and I love the love interest. I still don't remember his name, but I love the love interest. Okay, big fan of the love interest. And they have like legitimate hate to love vibes, and I think it's done pretty well. And I think she's like, I think Oriah, the main character, is like 26. I think, because she was rescued by Vincent, her vampire father, when she was 6, it was said later, and she's been there for 20 years, so 26. Good math, you know? Which is cool. I like a little bit of an older protagonist. To me, whenever I'm reading like fantasy, to me they all kind of read 23 to me. They all kind of read 23 to me. That was redundant. They all kind of read 23 to me, but like, what's the age difference at that point? It doesn't really matter, you know? Big fan. And in one of the trials, she saved a little human, and she like saved a little human, and it just like made me feel emotional. I honestly feel like I was about to start crying at that point, and the love interest guy like helped her out. I really like that guy, man. I really like that dude. He's a good guy. Do we think Vincent's bad? Do we think Vincent's a bad guy? I don't know. I don't really think so. And then I look at the title of the next installment in this duology, and it's like the Star-Cursed King or something like that. I don't remember, but something about the king is cursed. It's gotta be Vincent. I can't wait to hear his backstory. I really can't. And then the first line of this book is, the king did not know then that his greatest love would also be his ruination, or that either would come in the form of a tiny helpless human child. So this is gonna be a lot about Vincent, I think, too. He's like he's got a big role to play in this whole world and story. And I kind of recently just read a scene that he was having with Oriah about how he basically implying like he had to work really hard to like he worked really hard to gain the power that he had, because he had kind of like a rebellious cause, like he wanted to change something about the world. So that's like what he's saying Oriah needs to do too, because like she sees the corruption in the world and whatnot. So I feel like I'm really interested in his story. Let's put some eye cream on, shall we? I use moisturizer as eye cream because it's basically the same thing, and moisturizer is less expensive for the quantity that you get. Fun fact. Okay, so I have to go get ready for work. Whoa, it's dark in here. I have a thought. Okay, I've read quite a bit more this morning. Do we think, okay, Oriah is definitely not human, right? I mean, like, she was found. No parents found. Why did Vincent bond with her? There's too much being mentioned about that. It's like not in his character. I don't just think he's a good guy. Again, I need to know his backstory more, but like, she's definitely not human, right? And she just like has a bunch of magic. Do the humans have magic? Is this just something that everybody has in this world that has not been specified? She's not human, okay? That's my theory. That's our theory. I know. Okay, I have to get ready for work. Bye. You guys, I am obsessed with that bookstore. Did you see the post-it notes in the bathroom? This reading vlog is literally turning into a book haul. That's okay. Actually, no, it's not. How many books have I hauled? Just the books in the beginning. And then one other one, and then these, and then another one. Okay. Today is my day off, so what else would I do except go back to the bookstore that I've been mentally obsessed with? I had to go back to the Ripped Bodice today because I couldn't stop thinking about it, and they just opened a location in Brooklyn, and I keep seeing so much about it on their social media accounts, and it's just like making me want to be there. It's making me want to be at the one here in Los Angeles. I had a book specifically that I wanted to get. I wanted to get Psyche and Eros, and I don't remember the name of the author, but I'll insert a picture of the cover somewhere on the screen. I wanted to get that because I saw it there the last time I was there, and it had my attention, and I want to do a video where I'm reading only Greek mythology retellings because I love Greek mythology retellings, and I have a few on my shelves. So I went back today just to get that one. That was my idea. And they were sold out. They sell out of things real quick, okay? Real quick. Let me show you what I did end up getting because I had to console myself, and by not being able to get that, by getting these. So this was recommended to me. I'd never heard of this before, nor have I ever heard of this one before, but this is The Secret Lives of Country Gentlemen by K.J. Charles. This is about a gentleman, so a guy who's inheriting like an estate, I think, and he falls in love with a smuggler prince. And then she recommended this because I was telling her I've been really enjoying The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I really like his fantasy romance. She recommended Phoenix Unbound by Grace Draven, and I've never heard of this before. According to what it says on the back, they have to send a female to the Empire to be burnt alive for entertainment purposes every year or something like that. For the last 5 years, it's been the same woman, and she has not died for some magical reasons, but it's a secret. And then this year is different. There's this guy who's a gladiator. He's a famous gladiator, and he knows her secret, or he can see that she's like magical, and he needs her to help him get out of some situation. So that sounds super interesting to me. This was the most conflicting purchase of my life, okay? I bought Fourth Wing. Why did I buy Fourth Wing? Because I couldn't get it out of my head. And let me tell you, bad marketing is good marketing. All marketing is good marketing because I just keep hearing Fourth Wing everywhere, and they're primarily negative reviews that I'm hearing, okay? But everyone's reading Fourth Wing. It has close to a 5-star rating on Goodreads. Some people are like, okay, like it was bad, but why did I love it? And those are the reviews that are like really hooking me, okay? I just want to know what my opinion of this book is going to be. I need to know what it is. I need to read it. It's about a dragon academy. I'm sure you all know what this is, but I've heard nothing but bad things. But the hype is real, and it has gotten me, and the bookseller was like, it's our last copy. And I said, oh, okay, I'm gonna get it. Okay, I got it. And then last but not least, Babel by R.F. Kuang. I've never read a book by R.F. Kuang before, but this cover is absolutely stunning, and I have heard nothing but good things about this one, and I've been really into fantasy recently. That is my haul from the Ripped Bodice, and I also wanted to show you this because I did order it on Amazon, and I ordered one as a gift. The Wager, A Tale of Shipwreck, Mutiny, and Murder by David Gran. Let me read the back so I actually have the facts for you. A British vessel that had left England in 1740 on a secret mission during an imperial war with Spain, while the Wager had been chasing a Spanish treasure-filled galleon known as the Prize of All Oceans. It had wrecked on a desolate island off the coast of Patagonia. The men, after being marooned for months and facing starvation, built the flimsy craft and sailed for more than 100 days, traversing nearly 3,000 miles of storm-racked seas. They were greeted as heroes. But then 6 months later, another even more decrepit craft landed on the coast of Chile. This boat contained just 3 castaways, and they told a very different story. 30 sailors who landed in Brazil were not heroes, they were mutineers. It's a tale of human behavior at the extremes told by one of our greatest nonfiction writers. And that just sounds so interesting. Very Lord of the Flies. Yes, my goal today is to finish The Serpent and the Wings of Night. If you're watching this video, I'm sincerely hoping you've already read this book, or you're totally cool with spoilers. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm on chapter 49. I'm on page 436. I have like 40 pages left, okay? Like 40 to 50 pages left. They're at the end of their tournament. They're at the end of their Hunger Games tournament. Rain and Araya are the last 2 left, obviously. And I thought, like, I swear, like, I know it's not over yet. This is not how it ends. Like, I know this is not how it ends, but like it could be how it ends. Okay, Rain actually died? What? You can't. That's a no. You can't kill the main love interest. He's not dead. Even though it says Rain was dead. Excuse yourself? What? The crowd erupted into wild, gleeful wails. Warmth covered my hands. The weight below me slackened. I opened my eyes. I had won. Rain was dead. This is ridiculous. No. Seriously, okay, this is not how it ends. What do we think actually happened? I think something happened because, like, when they're in their battle scene with Angelica, he, like, looked behind Araya and Angelica saw something and was like, peace out. And she let herself be killed, essentially. He saw something because we didn't get to see what they saw yet. I'm gonna keep reading. Oh my gosh. He's not dead. He's definitely not dead. Theory. Okay, wait, actually, this is what I really think is gonna happen. She won, Araya won, so she's gonna use her wish to wish him back to life. As a human. That would be so good. Okay, that would be really good. She's clearly gonna use her wish to wish him back to life. How did I... Okay, I read like 1 page further, and that is what my theory. Okay, that is confirmed my theory, or she's just gonna wish him back to life. But that means, because vampires are technically dead, right? So when she wishes him back to life, he's going to be a human. And so then that solves the age-old problem in, you know, like romantasy novels where a guy's immortal and the female is not, or vice versa. And, like, they need to live forever together, or they need to live out their version of forever together. So hopefully their lifespans end up being the same. Okay, that's my theory. I'm going with it. What the heck? What the heck? This book is so good. This book is so good. This book is so good. If you have not read it, read it. What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? I still haven't finished it, but I'm dying. I'm literally dying. I'm dying. Oh my gosh. If I don't get the next books in the series immediately, I'm going to perish. What the heck? What the heck? Oh my gosh, I was not expecting that ending. It's not even over yet, to be fair, but I was not expecting that plot twist. Woke up. It's been a couple of days, but I did finish. Oh, it's not been a couple of days. It's been a day. I don't know why I said that. I just woke up though. So I'm Confucian. All right. I finished The Serpent and the Wings of Night. You just saw my live kind of reactions to reading this book. This book was crazy at the end, and I miss this addictive feeling. I had it once this year with Colty, by Mariana Zapata. I mentioned that in my last video, but it's different when it's a fantasy. It honestly is different for me when it's a fantasy. I really do love fantasy, specifically fantasy with a strong romance plotline. I don't always love pure romantasy. Like, it has to have a good world and plot going on behind the scenes, and I feel like this was genuinely the perfect combination of that. It was very slow burn, enemies to lovers. I think it was done so well. I love how it's ended. It didn't feel too easy for me. Like, the way they fell in love didn't feel too easy. It felt like it made sense, and she still didn't say I love you. I don't even know if he said it, but like, they know, you know. Well, she knows. We know. The plot twist at the end, oh my gosh. Okay, I don't know, was anybody expecting that? I guess it's not like a far reach. To be fair, when I'm caught in the entertainment vibes, I'm not trying to solve any riddles, okay? I'm not trying to solve any riddles. I'm just here for a good time. I'm here for a good time. That's what this book gave me, and I think it was done well. It didn't feel like cheap entertainment. It felt like good entertainment. Are there flaws to this book? Maybe, maybe. I don't really mind though, again, because if you're hitting me in all the right entertainment spots, I really don't care what the book or what the story could be lacking. I really don't care. I was purely entertained and I loved it. So I did give it 5 stars. I'm really excited to continue. Super excited about that. Now I'm sitting here. You can't see it. Oh. I'll pick that up. I have a bowl of cereal. I'm drinking some tea, and I don't want to end the vlog here because I really want to read. I really want to read this, okay? I have not been able to stop thinking about it, and let me tell you, I said it when I hauled it earlier in the video, but any publicity is good publicity, my guy. Any freaking publicity is good freaking publicity. Seriously, I have not been able to stop thinking about this book, and I personally have not necessarily heard too many positive things. Ironically, this morning when I was preparing my food, was watching a video. I was watching Riley Marie, and she said that this is one of her favorite books of the year. So that was like the only truly positive, like fully positive thing I've seen. A couple people have been like, yeah, I mean, it was good, but it was also bad. I just need to know. I need to know. I'm not expecting to love this, but I hope I do. I don't know, actually. I don't know. What's up, Fourth Wing? What's up? I gotta know. I gotta know. I gotta know what's that. Best case scenario, it's like, okay, it's a bad story, but it was really entertaining and I liked it. Like, it entertained me. Worst case scenario, I hate it. Truly hate it. And I want to put it down. And I lose brain cells. That would be worst case scenario, but I'm really hoping it's the best case scenario situation. People are obsessed with this book. Man, okay, I'm gonna start it now. Update. I read almost 200 pages of this book yesterday, which is wild. I'm reading it very fast. You're currently sitting on it. It's exactly what I thought it would be. It is exactly what I thought it would be. It is, I'm gonna say poorly written. It just is objectively poorly written. And there are so many, like, I don't want to say plot holes, but there's just like so many things that don't make any sense at all. But I knew that going into it. I watched many reviews, so I was expecting all of this ridiculousness. It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. But I was expecting it going in. All of that being said, I haven't wanted to put the book down. You know? Like, I'm not going to put the book down. I'm interested in it. It's ridiculous, but I'm entertained. I think the fact that I did hear so many negative reviews before picking this up has definitely affected my reading experience of it. Like if I had picked this up only hearing hype, like good things, I would hate it and I would totally want to put it down. At this point, I'm reading it knowing I knew what I was getting into. I think it's kind of funny. I think it's kind of funny. It's just like really ridiculous, but it's entertaining. It totally reads YA. It totally reads YA. I cannot believe this is considered an adult book. It's totally YA. It's so funny. It's so funny. I did find the scene fun when the group of cadets were like walking through, parading by the dragons. I find the dragons to be interesting. That's definitely my favorite part, but it's stupid, okay? It's kind of stupid, but I'm here for it, I suppose, you know? Okay, we're gonna continue. It's been a hot minute, right, Watson? It's been a hot minute since I've last updated you. It's been maybe like a week and a half, if I'm being completely honest, but I have since then finished Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, obviously. And I think the last time I updated you, I was saying that I was like begrudgingly into it, but not into it. I don't know. I forgot what I said the last time I updated you, but basically it reads like YA, definitely reads like YA. So do not go into this thinking you're getting like an adult fantasy, because you're definitely not. The writing on a technical level, really not great. On a sentence level, really not great. But there's something about it that's so addictive. I'm really not kidding. There's something about it that's super addictive. It's honestly incredibly nostalgic. I ended up giving this 3 stars. My enjoyment of it could be a 4, but I just cannot give it more than 3. I don't know what it is. It's just like objectively not a great book, but it's like objectively super entertaining. Subjectively, really not a great book. On the other hand, super entertaining, which, you know what? That's amazing. I love it when you can get that from a book. I love it when you think about a book and you're excited to go back into the world. I don't know. I was into Xaden. Okay, I was into Xaden. I was there for it. I keep hearing people calling him Xander. It's definitely Xaden. And now I'm confused because it's, yeah, Xaden. Xaden. Xaden, people. Xaden. I did pre-order the next book because I'm excited about it. I am really freaking excited about it, okay? I'm excited about it. What am I most excited about? Honestly, Xaden. To be completely fair. I like the romance situation. And I will give this book, okay? I will say at the end, Violet and Xaden did have, I don't remember if it was a couple or one. They had a couple pretty mature discussions, I think, about their relationship. And then, you know, the book continued on and they kind of contradicted the maturity levels were definitely contradicted a little bit further on in the story, but that's okay. I'm cutting it some slack. They had some good discussions. They really did, and I could respect it for that reason. Really excited to learn more about Andarna, the baby dragon, and I'm really excited to hear more about the dragon bond between Violet and Tarn. That being said, this book is entirely wish fulfillment. It's nostalgic wish fulfillment. There's nothing about this that reads realistic in any sense. And I don't just mean real life. I don't at all mean real life realistic. I mean, it's entirely wish fulfillment. Even in terms of like a fantasy setting, it's not, everything that happens, there's not necessarily anything backing it up. And I don't think that the world is expanded upon at all. I think that you get very little information. A lot of things don't make sense. But if you can look past that on like a story, it's just a fun, good time. But it did pull me out of the story sometimes, and I did have to complain about it verbally. But like, I was also still really into it, and I'm really excited for the second book. So I don't know what that tells you. I'm super glad that I read it, though. Oh my gosh, it really feels like a throwback book. It feels like a throwback book. It feels like I'm 14 and I'm really excited. I'm really excited about reading a book. Okay, so since I finished Fourth Wing, I just thought I'd update you because I read The Serpent and the Wings of Night at the beginning of this video. And I gave it 5 stars, man. I really liked it. It's probably like a 4. You know, there's nothing about it that's really lasting with me. But it was fun, so I'm keeping it at 5. Then I read the novella, Six Scorched roses. It's really difficult to say. I gave this 2 stars. It wasn't bad. I just didn't really care. I didn't really care. I'm glad I read it though, because now I'm reading The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, and ooh, I'm so into it. I'm so into it. I'm so into it, okay? Carissa Broadbent, big fan so far. Big fan so freaking far, man. I'll just give you a little opinion. I'm only this far into it, 124 pages into it. Man, I was obsessed with Rain in the first book. He was like a strong, great character. He's really making a lot of mistakes in this book, and I think that the author is really calling attention to that well, and I think that the foil of Araya and the contrast that Araya as a character has to Rain and the decision making is really interesting. I think that's a really great dynamic. I think that their dynamic is so complicated. So complicated, right? It's just such a complicated dynamic between the two of them in this. And it's not being glossed over. They're not making it easy. It's being done so well so far, in my opinion, and I can't wait to continue. But that is that. That is the end of this video. Thanks so much for watching. Have you read either of these books? I'm sure these are super popular right now, so I feel like a lot of people probably have, especially this one, my guy. Especially this one. Please tell me your thoughts and opinions. We hate Dane. I really hate Dane. I should have said that earlier. I really freaking hate Dane. Anywho, just tell me your thoughts and opinions. I kind of want to talk about it. I really want to talk about it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Again, thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.